Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on 4. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
Welcome to Sports with Balls. Here are your hosts, Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal, and Grant Miles.
What are you doing there, Jeff?
I don't know. I told you I'm in a goofy mood today.
That's good. Goofy's good.
Grant looks serious today.
Grant is so serious.
I mean, he is serious.
I'm always serious. I'm accused of being too serious too often.
What does she call you? Like you're a river? Just easy, like just always flowing, smooth, right?
Yeah, that's cool. I prefer that. Considering other things I've been called before, I'll take that.
Like your wife always calls you, like she says you're like a river. You're always just flowing smooth. Like you're,
Correct.
you know, you're never too high, never too low.
Yep.
Whatever. What's up, guys? Welcome into Sports with Balls. Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal, Grant Miles. Pack show today. Lots of stuff to get into. Grant, did you know when I sent the message over for the show what Sizzler meant?
Sizzler?
Yeah, I said we going Sizzler. Or on Facebook when I said we're going Sizzler.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I know going Sizzler is like going up a level, right? Kind of what is that? What it is?
No, going.
See?
God,
I'm not alone
I thought that's
in
what it
this,
was.
okay?
No, going
like,
Sizzler from White Man Can't Jump. We going Sizzler.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like they're going up. Like
No, Sizzler is a restaurant.
Yes, I know. I know what
And
Sizzler
if you win
is.
enough money, you say go eat at the buffet at Sizzler.
The buffet, huh?
I know, but that kind of goes to what I'm saying. Like kind of like a step up. Like,
Lauren had no clue what Sizzler was.
I know what you're talking about. It was a restaurant.
Well,
Yeah, they don't have Sizzler anymore, do they?
No, well, I think LA might.
I thought you were trying to say like sizzling, like it's hot. Like
Yeah,
we
no.
get
White
hot
Man
tonight.
Can't Jump.
Like,
Have you ever seen that movie?
White Man Can't Talk
Have you ever seen
either.
that movie? Damn.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
That's messed up.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Welcome into Sports with Balls, everybody. We're at Christian's Tailgate.
Have you,
of
you
course,
didn't
off
answer my
of
question.
Bagby.
Have you seen White Men Can't Jump? Have you ever
No,
seen
I
that movie?
haven't. I never heard of it, actually.
As y'all might know,
Thank you, Johnny. Of
as
course,
y'all
Johnny
might
J's
notice,
back there.
we've got a new setup back here. We moved into a different part of Christian's Tailgate, but we are still at Christian's Tailgate here in Midtown, like Lauren said, on Bagby. Come up, get some drinks. I'll take one.
Get some drinks, get some food. They always have some great food. I had like the shrimp salad last time with Johnny. It was really good. They have good tacos. Y'all love their burgers. Always great stuff here. But yeah,
The
and we'll
Sizzler
keep it
is-
sizzling.
The Sizzler is still a thing.
Is
still a thing.
Is it still on?
Yeah,
God,
Sizzler
Grant
USA
is
Restaurant.
quick on that.
Doing business as Sizzler Restaurant Chain with headquarters in Mission Viejo, California.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured. Did y'all know a year ago today was the day that they stopped the NBA?
Yeah, sure. You want to take my segment? Go right ahead, man.
Oh.
You take my segment. Go right ahead, dude.
No, it's
Here,
fun-
we'll do the history right now with Jeff. Go ahead. I'll sit here and listen.
How was I supposed to know that you had that written down for that? I was just like saying that, I thought we'd never mind. Well, I guess we'll wait on that.
Well, to your point, though, there's been a lot of those anniversaries coming around with like things closing down, the rodeo, like, the NBA shut down, the March Madness, everything's coming like, to the annual year mark.
Did y'all share the show? Just
I did.
Jeff, I don't.
I always share the show. I always do what I'm
Lauren,
supposed to do.
I don't know if I did or didn't. Anyway, Sports with Balls. We're about to get into some stuff. Today's show brought to you by Smarter Mortgage. David Carrier. Call him 281-650-0648. Mention SWB. Get a free quote ASAP. Call today to secure tomorrow.
That's right. And this weekend's going to be a wild one because we got your holiday coming up next week. And I know a lot of people are celebrating it this weekend. Are y'all doing anything for St. Patty's?
No, I have both my kids, so we will be at the house playing sports, maybe, or watching sports, or doing something, putting a puzzle together. Yeah, man, you're the third person that said something about that today.
Every video I now see from you is throwing a football in a trash can
And shooting half-court
or
shots.
a hoop.
Yeah, or shooting half-court shots.
I'm gonna do something crazy.
Time at band camp?
Yeah,
What's crazy that you could do?
I don't know.
Like, how
throw
could you up the ante of that?
Throw a 70-yard bomb into
Sizzler.
a trash can. That's a long one.
That is. You think you could do that?
I don't know. And 3 tries, no. My arm would wear out probably after 20, 25 tries. That's a long throw.
So then let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. You're saying that you can throw it 70 yards right now?
65, 70, right in there. That's what I'm saying. My arm would give out after 20, 25 throws. That would hurt.
Oh,
Jeff said he can throw it 70 yards.
Happy birthday, Kevin Anthony. Man, appreciate you tuning in on your birthday. And
Happy
as
birthday!
always, we missed David Carrier's birthday and we missed Austin Bauer's birthday. So happy birthday to both
When
of
were
them.
those?
was it on
When were
Tuesday
theirs?
or Wednesday?
Last week.
Oh,
Oh, happy belated.
a little late
Y'all
on
are
that.
awesome.
Oh no, my bad.
Those are your friends, right? What? I'm just saying.
I'm not sure if I like our new spot over here. I'm over here in the corner. I'm getting hammered.
Well, like you said, we got a lot to get to today. I know right off the bat earlier that happened. David Coley spoke to the media.
Yep.
And had the press conference. Everyone was curious about Deshaun Watson. Diana Rossini of the ESPN was on there. She straight up asked, "Is Deshaun Watson getting traded?" And the only answer David Coley was given is he is committed to the. We're committed to the Texans. He's committed to the Texans. Where he's a Houston Texan.
He was reading directly off of a script. Like, I mean, he had the same answer to every single question. He was supposed to do that. But if you noticed in his responses, it sounds like, I mean, because he even said we're looking at other players. I mean, he was dead scripted and didn't want to mess anything up or give too much away. But I'm interested to hear from Deshaun Watson.
Here's the key to his statement, and I'll read exactly what he said. We are very committed to Deshaun as our quarterback. Mm-hmm. He is our quarterback. He's the only guy we got under contract at this time right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I watched the entire press conference, and I wanted to jump on there, but I feel so bad for him because I feel like the organization's just putting him out there and like, okay, this is all on you. Figure it out. When Nick Caserio and Jack Easterby are making those decisions.
Well, we got 48 days till draft. So you'll know before the draft hits. I mean, if they're going to trade him, if they sign. If they don't move him before the draft, they're not going to, and this is going to be a nightmare situation for any Houston Texans fan or Texan.
It's going to be a James Harden situation again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it's going to be. But he said it again. Coley said later on in the press conference, as of right now, there is no contingency plan. So they keep using this statement of as of right now, meaning it could change, but as of right now, and of course, like we've said before, they're not going to be letting it known that, yeah, he's available, come get him. Like, that's not how you create value.
Yeah, he had responses ready for every one of those questions.
Yes.
He was directly off a script. Nothing was unscripted. You could even tell. I mean, he kept saying the same answers, same time.
I don't know. I just felt like that's all he had to allude to. So he was just like,
I'm surprised
we're
they didn't put
committed
any.
to him. He's committed to us. Like, can't really say much more.
I'm just shocked nobody else was up there with him.
Like who?
They should have put Cal up there for a couple minutes, or Easterby should have been up there with him. I mean, somebody. I mean, you're just leaving him out there to get hot.
That's kind of why I was like, I feel bad for him because they just kind of like put him out there. They put all of this on top of him when he just came into that organization with everything that's happened around him. But
Let's get into what's hot.
Yes.
What's hot with Lauren Leal. Brought to you by Joe Applewhite Realty, 713-291-5270. Find him at Kroger's everywhere on your shopping cart.
You did Kroger's.
You
did Kroger's.
I did Kroger's.
You said Kroger's.
Yes, you did.
Damn it.
You're such an old person.
You are, dude.
My
Just
dad.
kidding.
Well,
You
no,
are.
because it's plural. Find him at Kroger's stores everywhere, right?
That's what you should have said then.
Kroger stores.
Boom.
Kroger stores.
She just said it. Kroger stores.
Find him at Kroger stores everywhere.
There you go.
Nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, man.
Jeff doesn't know what's coming
Oh,
out.
dude, I'm going to stop speaking today. I thought I was in a good mood, going to have a good show. Apparently, this is terrible. Let's just get on to some sports.
Hey, it's a good show. Let's go.
Just joking.
All right. So oh my gosh, I tweeted this out and then the XFL put it out. So XFL.
So you're saying you're the first
Yeah,
one to do
Yes.
did you break this news?
Well, no, but I follow a bunch of different media outlets throughout the U.S., not just here in Houston, and someone else kind of broke it before the XFL put it out. So the XFL and CFL will be joining forces, guys. The XFL did put out the statement saying they want to collaborate, innovate, and grow the game of football. So from all the statements I read from the owners in the XFL, which is Dwayne Johnson, his ex-wife Danny, and some others, to me, what I gathered from this is that the CFL reached out to them and was like, hey, let's collaborate, which makes sense because it gives them more clout and the XFL is gaining some traction. So my questions to you guys is, how's it going to work, rules and regulations, and then maybe that if these leagues can share players kind of. If one isn't, it's hard to play a year-round sport, I'll say that, but one's in the spring, one's in the fall. How do y'all feel about this?
I mean, is this going to be a developmental league basically for the NFL? Is the way that I would look at it, or is this an entertainment value because you have The Rock with the XFL? I mean, is it going to be sheer entertainment, or are they trying to do a developmental league for the NFL? You're not going to compete with the big boys. You're not. Like that system, XFL, CFL is not going to come close to the ratings of NFL. It's just not going to happen.
No, but are you saying that CFL and XFL are going to become one league?
That's what they're planning on.
I'm seeing it as still two different leagues, but they're integrating kind of like a little bit of.
I was reading that they were going to try to become a league. You know, like the AFL and the AFL and the NFL became the National Football League.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I'll say this. According to the way I read this is identify, they said that, to your point, what you talked about, collaborate, innovate, but before that they said identify potential opportunities. So not necessarily the fact that they're saying we're going to merge, just saying we're looking at opportunities maybe to enhance each other's leagues. But the CFL, I don't think, has ever seen themselves as a developmental league for the NFL.
No.
So, but it just proves once again that Canada needs the U.S. to be legit. So, Canadian Football League has come down to the XFL and said,
Some hate on Canada. Do you not like Canada?
"No,
We have no Canadian listeners.
Fantastic." Oh, if we do, welcome
Have you ever
aboard.
been to Canada?
Never.
It's sports with balls
Okay.
for a reason.
Yes, never. I've never been to Canada.
Okay.
I'm not itching to go.
Well,
It's really cold.
I heard Vancouver
really
was
cool.
gorgeous though.
Vancouver.
I would like to go to
is
Toronto.
Amazing.
I'd like to go to Toronto and Vancouver at some point.
Vancouver
but
was the first
I'm not
place I
itching
went.
to go. I'm
Yeah.
not itching to go.
It's a big country
I was
for only
gonna
two
say-
major cities.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you can't knock it till you've been.
Okay.
It's pretty. It's
All right.
very pretty.
Sure. Well, you should go move there. But
God.
Grant.
if you love it so much, you should move there.
What's that? Yeah,
Never said so much. I'm just saying, don't knock it till you try.
I know. I'm just kidding. No, I think, hey, look, the XFL needs the CFL, and I think the CFL needs the XFL. Maybe they can
Oh.
come together and because the
Oh.
XFL is dead right now. I mean, in reality, even though they have an owner, I mean, there's no structure to it. There's no logistics, formatting, anything like that. They have some work to do, and maybe the CFL can help them with that.
They were so excited here in Houston because before COVID hit, the Houston
Roughnecks.
I was
We're
saying
doing
Ramblers,
great.
Roughnecks, and everybody's like, "Oh, the XFL," and I was thinking to myself, what do you think the other 12 cities that have XFL leagues, do you think they're fired up over their teams? Like, we were the only city excited about the XFL because our team
it was a
good.
winning team.
I can tell you Arlington wasn't.
Yeah.
That's where the Dallas team was.
Yeah,
They weren't
so
fired up
every
about
other
it.
city in the whole league was terrible, and like Houston was because we had a good team, and that was it.
That is the one thing that I did say on radio. I was like, you know what? If the XFL were to continue through the pandemic, they would be the highest ratings because everything else stopped.
Yeah.
But of course, everything had to stop. But speaking of, you mentioned Dallas.
Yes.
Arlington.
Arlington. I was like, I cannot think of the city that you named. Arlington. So the next news that Rangers are allowing 100% capacity for the home opener at Globe Life. What? And, throughout the season, they're required to wear a mask and face covering. The stadium seats approximately 40,000 people / spectators. And people are already complaining about this, saying, oh, maybe they should have a test to enter. Maybe they should have the vaccination to be vaccinated to enter the stadium. So, but they're good for them. They're
If
being
you don't
innovative.
like it, don't go.
Yes.
They're being innovative.
I don't have a whole lot to say about that. I'm glad that they are. Like, I'm really, really excited that they're doing that. Like, way to go, Rangers. You put it out there. I mean, there's 40,000 people that can go. There's 3 or 4 million people in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people. If you don't want to go, don't go. They're saying wear your mask. So if I was up there, they were playing the Astros, I would be up there at the game.
There you go. I mean, it's a risk you can take.
Well, and I
That's
think
what's great about America.
I also think
Choose.
though the thing that's important to state is they were going for whatever reason they're planning on doing this at least for the opening day. At least for the opening game, and then scaling back the rest of the season. But at least for opening day, this is what their plans are. And I mean, yeah, look,
Rennell jumped on and said it's too soon, and I understand everybody's going to have their opinions. Like, I I get it, but we did say open up 100%. These people need money. Like, you're not only helping out like all the vendors in that entire ballpark, all the people that work for that entire ballpark, the valet people, the people that watch over the blue parking lot, pink parking lot, whatever. Like, so many people need this money and this income. It's great for the city and for everything. You've got to get it jump started somehow. You can't just keep being afraid and being like, oh, no. We're now. I understand people are going to say, well, what if the virus comes back up? Well, dude, look. We got to deal with that. If it's gonna go, it's gonna go. We've already figured that out. Masks don't fucking work in the first place.
Yes.
So like, what's the open up, go.
HSO right there.
It is what it
Sports
is.
Opinion right there. But but my thing is the Rangers aren't making people show up. They're just saying if you would like to just point kind of if you would like to come to watch the game, we're allowing you to come.
Yeah.
And if they can't find anybody and it's 20,000 people, hey, at least they open it up and people have the opportunity to go. But nobody's making them go to the game. They're just saying, we're going to open up. You can show up if you want. If you don't, great.
The second sentence after that was like, no tailgating. Who goes to tailgate at the baseball game?
Well, but my response to that though was, wouldn't you want them to be outside as opposed to inside an indoor stadium?
Yeah, I mean, I would invite tailgating. I guess I don't know, but it said like no tailgating. I was like, isn't that a football thing? I think you go to bars prior to.
It's a soccer thing too. I don't know if you ever been to Dynamo, like outside in the parking lots, which share
where we used to have Lucky's Pub when we started.
Yeah, but they have tailgating out there too. But so next we'll go on to NHL. So Disney, ESPN, and the National Hockey League have reached a 7-year TV deal, and that starts this year, 2021 to 2022, all the way through 27 to 2028. So the Stanley Cup will air on ABC for 4 of those years, 25 exclusive national games on ABC or ESPN, and then 75 national games will be streaming on the apps. Does this intrigue Hockey's fans? Hockey's fans, 1, but 2, if you don't watch the sport, does it help light a spark there?
100%. I love this for the sport of hockey. And I think Renell's a big hockey fan that watches the show. Good for hockey. Good for putting it out there and getting on prime time, because we don't know, or nobody knows how this year's sports are going to go. We have no clue of what's going to go on. And now they're on national television.
Well, they went to this point because NHL is normally on NBC. So they have a few games on NBC, and then they go most of their games on the NBC sports station that they have. And that NBC sports station is going away. So, which I'll be interested to know what Premier League does, because they're on that channel too. But
they'll have another contract.
Oh yeah, they will for sure. But yeah, I mean, as people know, if they've watched and listened to this, I'm a Stars fan. So I like the NHL. I think the NHL is a fun sport to watch, especially during playoff time. So
you hate all the Canadian teams?
I'm sure he does.
I do, man.
That's your bottom dollar.
Canada and Canadian hockey team. No, I don't care.
See, that's the thing, guys. Like, I never grew up on hockey. Like, that's not something here, especially in the South, that I was never.
I was in
really
Dallas.
Shown.
I was in Austin actually, but I lived in Dallas. But I was in Austin for a party when Dallas won the Stanley Cup with Madonna, and Hole. And man, like, I swear to God, this happened. Bars packed. We're jamming. They score the goal, overtime. I throw up my hands, and I had a beer in my hand. I throw up my hands, and a girl was walking by, and it hit her tooth, knocked her tooth right out, dude. Oh my God! Like, I was like, I'm like trying to celebrate the Stanley Cup winning, but also like this girl is missing a tooth.
Jeff, how perfect is
I was
that?
like, pink.
At any sporting event, a hockey.
Yes, no doubt. That's a great point. That's a great point.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life.
That's a great point.
I had to go. Like, I'm celebrating, we're screaming, but I had to go to the bathroom with this girl, and I'm like, we're all partying.
Oh my gosh.
Her tooth was knocked out.
Oh my
That's why.
Poor thing. You better pay for that veneer.
Those
things are not cheap.
Oh my God. What was that? 98? 99?
99, yeah.
Yeah. Man, I don't know where she is.
Ooh, you talk about going back. I'd like to see 1999 Jeff. Wouldn't you like to be? Wouldn't you like to be with 1999 Jeff?
Was that the tips?
No, God, please.
Frosted tips.
Wow. I was having fun. I just gotten back from overseas. I was having a blast. I can tell you that. I was a mess.
How long did you play over there when you played basketball overseas?
Let's see. I was there for about 9 months. 9 months, almost a year.
Okay. Very
It was
cool.
fun.
Very cool.
Good experience.
Always curious, different players are always different links over there. All right, and lastly, we'll move on to what's hot, and we alluded to it a little bit earlier. Duke's season is over. All over after beating the Cardinals yesterday, 70-56. It's second straight year ending at the ACC tournament in Greensboro. A member of the team, of course, tested positive, and that is why their season is ending. They were projected to play against Florida State today. Now Florida State will be advancing to the semifinals, and it sucks because last year, if you were a junior, got canceled. This year, a senior, you can't go all the way. Same thing all over again.
This
Bullsh.
God, dude.
Bullsh. I don't know, man.
I'm just glad they went out with a win, though, after they lost to
I
the Tar
understand the
Heels.
sensitivity of all this. I do, and I know, like, Renell earlier was making a comment about Jeff in regards to mask, and would like to debate with you about that. But I get all the sensitivity of it. I really do. I get it. But man, we're at a point now where it's just like, these are young kids. These young guys aren't really becoming affected, at least that we can see, by this illness. So I don't know, man.
And this was a walk-on player that wasn't even out there. I forgot who they played. Was it Illinois that they beat? The other team didn't even have to, they didn't have to cancel their tournament bid. Nothing. It was just Duke. Duke's just had a shitty season.
Yeah.
All
When I'm sure for them, they're just ready to get it over with.
Yeah, so I think the athletic director was just like, you know what, let's just call it a day.
Renell says SFA, his alma mater, beat Duke last year.
Yeah, that was a big time. Hey,
that.
SFA's got
That's
a good basketball program.
That's true.
Duke
also had the awesome player from, I believe it was Africa, that their family's house went down in a tornado or something like that, and everyone raised money because he got that last shot. Was that the game against Duke that went kind of viral?
I don't know.
I did a story on it. I'll have to go re-jog my memory, but yeah, it was a very cool one.
Got to watch a lot of sports to keep up with everything.
Especially something from SFA.
Yeah. But I was going to mention it later, but I can say it now since we're on the Duke. Duke and Kentucky both just had. Kentucky had two major injuries that cost them a lot of their season. But first time since 1972 that Duke and Kentucky has not been in the NCAA tournament.
It's crazy.
Ugh.
It's weird.
That is crazy.
Wow, that's crazy.
But this has been a crazy year.
Yeah, true.
That's true. That's true. All right, guys. Well, that was what's hot, or Jeff wants to say sizzled. What is it? Sizzle?
No.
Sizzle?
I was just saying we were going to
Sizzler.
have a good show. That's basically what
All
I'm saying.
right.
No, I get what I knew what you were saying.
Were you picking up what I was putting down? Follow the bouncy ball?
Sure.
The empty can?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
This
hey, guys,
isn't
we got to
empty.
thank some people before we go any further. And I got to thank my man, Roy Stanton with Hybrid Technologies Group. They will help you out when it comes to phones, cable services, surveillance cameras, anything like this. You give them a call at 832-336-1201. Mention Sports with Balls, and you'll get your discount on any of these services. Remember, call Roy Stanton and mention Sports with Balls at Hybrid Technologies Group.
One other person we want to thank, Construction Concepts. They are changing corporate culture one design at a time, from hospitality, corporate, luxury, retail, and medical facilities. Their team of experts can update or create a space that exceeds your expectations. Give them a call at 713-589-2682. That's buildathouston.com. Mark,
That's
Josh,
right.
thank you guys.
Hey.
You are telling secrets over there. What's going
No,
on?
I was saying if you look at our new set, it looks like we're almost in the back of a pickup truck.
That's
And
what-
that's why I put my
they're-
hands up
That's what they were
woohoo!
commenting about.
Oh, were they? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, somebody said that.
Nice.
Yeah. Somebody said that.
Kevin, Alexa, play Mask Off by Drake, right?
All right, let's move on to the game we all love so very much, football. And this is where, Jeff, you want to go free agents first, or do you want to go top quarterbacks?
Let's go top quarterbacks because that kind of leads into the free agency and the quarterback carousel that's going on. So I asked you guys to mention, I'd like to hear what your ranking is from 5 to 1 of the top quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay, so here's what I was doing. I don't know what order we're gonna go in, but wait, what order are we gonna go in?
5 to 1, 5, 4, 3, 2.
No.
best.
Out of us three.
You can go.
Well, you're talking. You go.
Okay. Well, there's a little bit of rhyme, some reason, but I was saying this before the show. I got to explain that I feel like the guys I have in my top 5 they can be shuffled around, but they don't compare to the guys outside of the top 5.
So the top tier.
Right. So like within this, you can shuffle with it how you want.
Who's number 5?
Can I do 6?
No.
No? Because
Just say your 6 real quick. Who is
Okay,
it?
go.
Who
I
is
go
it?
between 5 and 6. So 6 is Josh Allen.
Okay.
5 is Russell Wilson.
Okay.
4 is Deshaun Watson, which I also want to move up to number 3, who I have at Tom Brady. And then I have 2 Aaron Rodgers and 1 Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
So I feel like,
You gotta
I have
kick
to
one out,
explain
though.
myself. Like I can shuffle these around. I really can.
Sure. But all right, Grant.
My turn?
Yeah.
It's interesting, you know.
Oh gosh, Dak.
No.
Well, I mean, look, Dak and Russell, in my opinion, this is the reason I wanted to talk about this too, because Dak and Russell, in my opinion, are very comparable.
Johnny's trying to get me drunk, man.
Well, you said you were.
Look at
I haven't even finished this
Trying to
one,
take a
and
load
Johnny
off.
went and got
I think
another
you said
one for
you
me.
said I'm empty, right? He goes, I'm empty.
No, I said I'm not empty.
Oh.
You should pay attention to the show.
Oh,
No, you go. You go. I want to hear
got
yours.
a dude
Okay.
today.
I'll hit my
I have
five.
a what today?
Dude.
Did you just shortened attitude?
Dude. You got a
I
dude.
gotcha.
Meow.
I don't like that.
All right, Jeff. Who is your top 5 quarterbacks? Who are they?
I got number 5. I've got Watson. I got
5.
Yes, I got Watson at number 5. I've got Josh Allen number 4, and then I've got Rodgers at number 3, Mahomes at number 2, and I put Brady at the top because, I mean, look, look what he does. And I'm sorry if you want to go off stats and everything. I totally understand. Mahomes is just a beast and he's unbelievable. But damn, man, like Brady just somehow keeps winning these damn things, and he beat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Granted, Mahomes was hurt. I understand, but Tom Brady keeps winning.
Who's number 5? Who'd you got?
I got Watson at number 5, Deshaun Watson. And then
What?
I got Josh Allen.
What?
Yep.
So then, when it comes down to it, if you were a football team, you would choose Josh Allen over Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
Okay.
Boy, you must be outside your
Yeah.
mind.
Okay.
I think
Exactly.
Watson's numbers were also very inflated because the Texans did nothing but play from behind.
That's the thing. You got to see these
Josh,
guys.
look where Josh Allen took that team.
active.
If you'd have told me at the beginning of the year, last year, that the Buffalo Bills were going to make the playoffs, I'd have told you could press that button again, Johnny.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I get that.
The thing is,
Inconceivable.
Yeah, and then the Texans were only going to win 4 games with Deshaun Watson fully healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get your
can't
point.
do it by yourself, Jeff.
I'm not gonna say I'm
but
not
I get
gonna.
it. I get your logic. I'm just saying.
Vincent, we're going to talk about that in a second.
So I'm not going to say Dak. I know you're thinking I'm going to say Dak because I don't think that Dak's currently a top 5 quarterback. Now, he could change my mind over the next season or two. But no, I don't think Dak's top 5. I think Russell Wilson is a guy that I like yours. I like your list that you did. I would probably have to go. I'd have to switch yours around to 5 and 4. I'd have to go Josh Allen 5, Deshaun Watson 4, Aaron Rodgers 3, Patrick Mahomes 2, and Tom Brady 1.
Okay, so basically mine, but those 2 at the top switch.
Correct. Yeah. Now I will say this. I know stats. What you're talking about, stats doesn't have anything to do with this. Well, it doesn't have as much to do with it. But when I looked and I was looking over this just to kind of get some ideas of what this is surprising to me. Ryan Tannehill. Now, when you look at Ryan Tannehill over this last season, I'm telling you, 4th quarter comebacks, who led in the NFL?
I'm going to assume Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill. Game-winning drives, who led in the NFL this year?
Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill. He was top 5 in quarterback rating. He was top 5 in the fewest interception completion. He was one of the top 10 in touchdowns. Ryan Tannehill had a really good season.
That shows you exactly what a good running back will do for an average quarterback.
But still, he has a run of foot. I mean, he has a throw the football.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry, all you got to do is play action right off Derrick Henry, and you're gonna. I mean, you're buying yourself at least another second and a half, maybe even 2. Derrick Henry, to have that guy behind you is just unbelievable. Now, all that stuff is correct.
I know.
mean, he was great at what he did, and I love Tannehill, but
And I'm not putting him in that category. I'm just, when I was doing a research for this,
you put
it
David
was
Johnson.
surprising.
Yeah,
It was surprising.
You put David Johnson in the backfield for Tennessee
Yeah, it'd be a little different.
Yeah, Tannehill's numbers would not be like that.
It'd be a little different. I just brought him up because when you sit and you talk about the top quarterbacks in the NFL, I guarantee you Ryan Tannehill, most people would not even put him in the top 15. That's all I'm saying.
Vincent, we didn't say Breeze because I'm pretty much Breeze is retired, but Vincent
I was
said,
just about to say, Breeze doesn't even go in the category, I think, in general.
Let's see, Mahomes, Rodgers, Kevin Anderson, Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady, Allen Watson. I mean, we're all kind of in the same boat. And the reason I bring up this, Watson's in this decision or in this top 5 on pretty much everybody's radar, and or Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott. They're all kind of interchangeable. And Josh Allen, we all know 1, 2, and 3, right? I think everybody's pretty much set on that.
Yeah.
But the 4, 5, and 6, and even 7 right there, you got 2 of those quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, that are, you don't know where they're playing.
Yeah.
I was going to say, to your point of the run game as far as in the backfield with Tannehill, I mean, his passing yards this year were 3,819. Yeah, 3,819.
Which is a decent season. I mean, that's a decent season. It's a decent season.
Dak was on pace to break all kinds of records.
Yeah, Dak was on pace to do it. And that's what I'm saying. Dak for sure belongs in the top 10. He belongs in that 6 to 10 category.
Yeah.
I will say that. Where? It's hard to say because you don't know what kind of Dak you're going to get next season.
Well,
off the first 5 games.
But he's being paid for, like, number 2.
I know, which is why I'm not for that.
Yeah, so that brings up my point is you've got these quarterbacks. Mahomes deserves every bit of that money because he's won a Super Bowl already, right? So he's already.
So has Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that was how many years ago?
I know, it's 14,
but now Russell's got what, 2, 3 more good years, maybe 4. But he's been running a lot and been hit a lot, right? So his decline could be really fast.
Yeah.
Look, Jeff, I'm just surprised that you did not mention 2 of the guys that you give hype to. 1 in Fitzmagic.
Oh God.
For real.
And 2 and
I'm for real. Yeah. No, I'm not.
Chargers Herbert.
Herbert. Yeah.
Yeah, Justin Herbert's not there yet.
I know. He's working on it, but these 2 guys.
Josh Allen is better than Herbert right now. Josh Allen's huge and he is fast. And he can run the ball, and he knows when to run. Like he's a younger. He reminds me of a younger Cam Newton. Like, remember when Cam came in and he was just running when he could? Yeah. He reminds me. Is he as agile as Cam? No, but he racks up the same amount of yardage.
But and to your thing about what you were talking about at the beginning of the season last year about Justin Herbert, number 6 in yards passing last season.
He'll be great this year.
He's 1 for, and the reason I look at fourth quarter comeback and game winning drives is just because that's where the quarterback really earns his merit is in that time frame. So 1 fourth quarter comeback, 3 game winning drives by Justin Herbert. I mean, the dude's got a great trajectory. When you're talking about of young quarterbacks that's been in the league 3 years or fewer, like what's your top pick? I mean, Justin Herbert would be my top pick.
Every one of these, if I was starting a team, Allen or Herbert, one of those guys for sure. Yeah. But every one of these quarterbacks that we mentioned are in the 30-40 million range.
Yes.
Except for Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, yeah.
I mean, and I saw a thing on, I think it was The Herd today, saying that Green Bay Packers are doing it all wrong. And it's the same pattern that Dallas is following, to your point, Grant, as where they're paying all this money to these people and they're not improving where they need to improve. Right. And you're going to get the same results.
Well, and that's I get into the conversations with people on Facebook or just in face to face about Dak Prescott, and like, oh, he deserves it, he deserves the money. And yes, like I've said last show, as far as like a good guy who's a good player, good team leader, I hope he gets as much money as he can possibly get. But in terms of like an organization, like the Cowboys are no closer to being in the Super Bowl now than they were before they signed Dak. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and Dak is not your guy for that kind of money. He's just not. Vincent
brought up a good point. He said the NFL's ripe for a Testaverde comeback.
A Testaverde comeback? God damn.
I love that because he goes, I just like saying the word Testaverde. And I'm like, yeah, dude, Vinny was dope.
Vinny's a long time ago, man.
But yeah,
who put Giants to win the NFC East next season? Who did that?
I don't know. Did Johnny?
I don't know. Johnny's hands are up and he's all about it, of course.
Yeah. Daniel Jones. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Yep.
Daniel Jones and Jason Garrett.
Hey,
Jason Garrett is your offensive coordinator.
Johnny,
that's awesome.
Next time you post something like that, don't be logged in on Sports with Balls and do that. You do that under Johnny J.
You should no longer be able. Who gave him opportunities to do that?
He's
Who
like,
allowed
wait,
him to
I did do that. Yeah.
Who allowed him to do that?
Yeah.
So it brings up my point going into free agency with Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, and these guys coming in. There's some good free agents out there and a bunch of signings.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so here are a couple of free agents, and it gets kind of like crazier as I list them. So we have Chris Carson, Aaron Jones, Kenny Galladay, which, like he was the talk.
Beast mode.
Yeah. Jameis Winston, which there are rumors about him coming to Houston.
Texans.
Philip Lindsay. Alex Smith, which we know he just left, was just released from Washington. Von Miller, AJ Green, and T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton doesn't matter unless he's playing the Texans.
I was going to say, it looks, the Colts did say that they wanted to sign him, but they haven't.
He actually should sign with the Texans because he loves playing here.
Show me the money.
But he's old. T.Y.'s 36 now. He's way past his prime. He had
a good season last year though.
Against the Texans. Like for real. He tore us up. I think he had 5 touchdowns in 2 games.
Well, speaking of the Texans, Big Truss is coming to Houston. Running back Mark Ingram, we just talked about.
Yes.
Running backs, it's a 1-year deal, $3 million. So that was signed today. And I just had a question about this too, because we all know what happened with the saga with Deshaun Watson. That's still going on, saying he was going to be in the discussions about the head coaching position and also the general manager position, which he wasn't, blah, blah, blah. Cut to the chase. We're here. You think that they told him, oh, you would you're going to get gifted with giving us guys you would want to recruit to come play on the team. Make you feel better.
Ingram got a good deal. I don't know about
this situation, but
Ingram 2 years ago was 2 years ago. Mark Ingram was amazing. He was amazing. The problem happened when Baltimore got J.K. Dobbins, who is, that guy is even better than Ingram is.
Better and younger.
Yeah, better and younger. So of course, we always talk about the running back age when you get to a certain age, and Ingram just was not that effective this year. And Gus Edwards pretty much took Ingram's place as the bulldozer runner, and then you got J.K. Dobbins as you got the
quarterback.
So
you got the quarterback who has legs.
Ingram's got a couple more years in him. Maybe he's going to be good for the Texans. I don't know. Texans, they also signed an offensive lineman. I forgot the guy's name, but the Texans need to figure out the situation with Watson. I was shocked that Ingram signed without knowing who his quarterback is.
Yeah.
So that surprised me.
Well, and maybe just given the fact that the money that they offered. They basically,
that's what I said.
when you look at the money that's allocated or averaged out to running backs, that's pretty much the average around that 3 million mark. So hey, look, 2019 he rushed for 1,000 yards, 17 to 16 1,000 yards as well. Part of the problem, you're on Baltimore and you got J.K. Dobbins is one of them, but the other problem is you got Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's going to take a majority of the snaps and run the football a majority of the time. Mm-hmm. Well, of course, he's going to take all the snaps, but he's going to take a majority of the rushing snaps just because, hey, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I have a choice between Lamar Jackson running it or Mark Ingram, I'm going to have Lamar Jackson run it. So, but I think it's a decent
Big
signing.
trust.
I don't think Deshaun Watson necessarily sat down and they were like, "So Deshaun, what do you think about us getting Mark Ingram?" And he was like, "Yeah, let's do that." I don't know that, but I would doubt that would be a choice for Deshaun to get Mark Ingram.
Kevin said Texans signed Jordan Steckler. That's right.
Okay. You know what's funny, and I'll bring this up now that we're talking about it. So I was looking on Bleacher Report. They do a gridiron stat, and so they were talking about their projections as far as starting quarterbacks in the conferences next season. And I found it interesting when they got to the AFC South. One of the for the Houston Texans, they had projected Tua Tagovailoa.
What?
That Miami trade is still lingering out there, huh?
Yeah.
I would be so okay.
People still think Watson's going to Carolina.
I still would love him to go to Carolina just for what we'd get back. And they just signed McCaffrey to an extension.
I was just about to say that.
So that would be an incredible sign and trade deal for the Texans and for Carolina, really.
Well, these projections that they have are all over the place. Like they have Jameis Winston as the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Trey Lance, the guy from North Dakota State.
That's not a bad place for him to go.
Yeah, North Dakota State, the rookie at Carolina.
That dude's amazing. Yeah. I can't wait to see where he goes.
Yeah.
What?
I was just gonna say we bring up the run game, and as far as handing the ball off or giving it a little dump to Christian McCaffrey versus Mark Ingram.
You don't need Deshaun Watson if you've got McCaffrey.
Well, because you can get McCaffrey, and you can. Hey, look, depending upon what kind of draft picks you get back, you can draft. Hey, look, are you telling me you do something with Carolina, you get their pick, and you get Trey?
Yeah, it's number 8.
Trey Lance.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, and
I mean that would be.
somebody-
Look, I even got to a point where I said, look, I'd be okay with the Cowboys letting Dak go and take Trey Lance at that number 10 pick. Because look, when you look back at I've said it all the time, and I know people get tired of me saying it. When you look back at the history of the Super Bowl, most teams that have won in the Super Bowl are winning with a quarterback on rookie deal, or they're on Tom Brady taking some kind of discount.
Yep.
Like that's how teams are winning Super Bowls.
Lucky.
The younger, the better.
Well, the younger, the cheaper. That's what it is. I mean, you get a cheap quarterback
That's
that's
true,
really
too.
talented, and you can put money other places, which is why Kansas City just released their 2 starting tackles.
There's more to it too. As
I
well.
can't believe that.
I can't either, considering how they lost that Super Bowl. They lost because they didn't play.
That's just so unreal that they. When I read that the other day, I
So-
was like, "Are you kidding me?"
So let's go to that right now.
Let's do
Eric
it.
Fisher, left tackle, and then Mitch Schwartz, the right tackle, both saved about 8.3 million of the salary cap
Yes.
this year. And then the thing is, Fisher apparently failed his physical designation since he had a torn Achilles in the AFC title game, which is why, to your point, he didn't play in the Super Bowl.
He was he was a beast.
I
That
know.
guy was amazing.
Yes.
I am upset that they did that to him, but whatever.
And then, I mean, he had 2 Pro Bowl appearances, and then Schwartz was All Pro 2018, and then he had 3. He was second team All Pro in 3 other occasions, which is 16, 17, and 19. So,
Well, and this
talented
is the
guys.
And that's the reason why NFL players, rightfully so, and that's why I'm saying I'm not hating on Dak for getting all his money. That's why NFL players hold out, guys like Zeke, to do what they do to max their money, because stuff like that happens. Eric Fisher, if you would have asked him 4 months ago, do you think he'll be released from the Kansas City Chiefs? He would have said, hell no. No
One,
way.
It's funny they did this right after the NFL came out with their new salary cap.
Yes,
Yep,
that's why.
That's where I was
and
going
it's,
next too.
and they have to cut people that are not. Look, they're going to get opportunities somewhere else.
Absolutely.
like 100%.
You think
Go
they're
to the
coming to
Cowboys.
Texans?
that Mahomes deal, and this is why Brady's so brilliant in what he does. That Mahomes deal just got his starting tackles ex-nade.
Yes.
He has no starting tackles
100%.
because he is getting paid $40 million a year.
100%.
And so then they cut back, and it's like, okay, now what are you going to do? Run around and get hurt again?
Well, yeah, and that's my point. You need to have those guys around you, and that's the reason why they lost. That is 100% the reason they lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
100%.
That and, I mean, play calling. I mean, Andy Reid was not Andy Reid during that game.
Well, because when you don't have your 2 outside tackles, the
Yeah.
game plan changes.
That's
Yeah,
true.
for sure.
That's true.
The game plan changes. But yes, that's what I'm talking about with Dak. That investment needs to go somewhere else.
Yeah, to your point, Jeff, the salary cap was 198 last year. It dropped down to 182.5.
That's
so
big.
182 and a half.
And the teams were planning for 187 to 189.
Yeah.
Which is, that's $6 more million, which you
Yeah.
could keep probably both those tackles, for that. But it dropped down to 182, and teams are struggling. Now you're going to see a lot of players being released under players that are getting paid that $2-3 million a year. They're going to be out the door from the teams they were. Now, will they get picked up like Grant said? Yes, of course. They're going to go somewhere. But, with teams with these high paying salaries are here's a funny stat.
Cowboys.
Yes.
Eagles quarterback. Guess how much he's getting paid?
yeah, you see that, it'll make you sick if you're an Eagles fan.
Lucky.
$35 million that the Eagles are paying him still.
Yes. Dead cap. And that's the thing about these kind of
Holy
deals.
crap.
Yes. That's the thing about these kind of deals. Look, the Philadelphia Eagles are $16 million in the hole, and they're not anywhere close to being good. And Kansas City got rid of those guys, and they're $3 million in the hole.
Insane.
Yeah, I know. I mean, these owners though, guys. It's like not. It's pocket change.
Well, it's because they
Let's be
fall in
real.
love. But it's a hard cap though. Like there's no luxury tax or anything like that. It's a hard cap. You can't go over it, and that's what happens when you make deals like they did with Carson Wentz. That's why this Dak Prescott deal makes me nervous. All these guys, the Rams, they gave Jared Goff that money. They had to trade him away
Right.
to get somebody cheaper. I mean, this is what makes me
Mahomes
nervous.
got his
about it.
deal. Now he has no tackles. These things this is what happens. But you got to pay that quarterback in order. Somebody's going to pay him somewhere, and that's why Brady cutting his deal down to $22 million, taking hits, and he's protected, and he's got 4 badass wide receivers and a hell of a defense.
And they locked Chris Godwin up.
Yep.
They put the tag on
And
him.
just to echo what Jeff said, just so you know, the person who takes up the most cap space on the Eagles next year,
Carson
Carson Wentz
That's
ain't even on the
crazy.
field.
and he's playing for the
And he's
Indianapolis
playing
Colts.
for the Colts. Like, that is just unbelievable. And that's why those
What is-
contracts
what
are
is-
so messed up.
What is Hurts?
I want to
rookie
say what's up to
contract?
Johnny V from Money Management. Can't wait to get you on board next week, Johnny.
What is Jalen Hurts' rookie contract?
He's
I don't
going to
know
make
what he's-
1.4 million next year.
Wow.
Yes.
Yep.
And he is projected to start, right?
Yes,
They're not going to
and
have.
he's a rookie quarterback.
Exactly.
To my point.
Yep. To your point.
If you'd
You
like
got
for
it.
me to say more things that make sense to you, let me know.
You know, only sometimes, because doesn't always.
That's all the time. All the time.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, I think it is time that we travel back in time.
Oh, is it that time?
So you can.
Well, Jeff kind of
enlighten us.
Jeff kind of took that over, so
look.
Jeff can do it. He's cool.
You want me to travel back in time when I was good at basketball? Because apparently everybody keeps dogging the shit out of my video on basketball. Look, it
I
was
wouldn't say dogging the shit.
it was the
Dogging.
first time I'd played basketball in like 2 years, and I wanted a reference point to look back at. So I'll post one in about a couple months and then do it. Go ahead, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. Poor
Whatever,
Jeff.
dude.
Damn, that was loud.
Man, that feels like it's here.
That was loud.
Oh my god.
My son crying?
But hey, one thing that we do
Where
want to
is
say,
Joel?
we haven't said yet. We got to let people know tonight why they got to come to Christian's Tailgate.
Because it's college night. You ain't gonna be hearing that baby noise in here unless Jeff's here. But I don't think he's gonna be staying. I'm just kidding, Jeff.
I like the
Yeah.
hands.
I-
Lawrence,
it's-
is this college Lauren?
This is-
Yes.
When college Lauren does this?
It's going down. Meet me. Yeah, no.
We need
It's-
1999 Jeff and high school Lauren.
Yes, high school Lauren.
I
High
was
school
about to
Lauren
say,
and
I
99 Jeff and I don't know what 95
Yeah.
Grant
Yeah.
97 Grant. I don't know.
That was
I thought you were gonna say
97.
99 Lauren. I'm like, you don't want to see that when I was
Yeah.
like little thing.
Lauren went into the high school party and she was doing the
Maybe-
hands like this.
Oh
What's
my
up?
We'll do a
Yeah.
90s. Look, guys, we'll do a 90s episode, and I'll come in here like like I was in the 90s, and we'll
I
see
will
how that-
say, like,
Just
you
wear
know,
that turtleneck.
that too.
Wear that
I was-
white turtleneck
Grant,
you
I
wore
was
last
just about to
time.
say a lot of
You
the
know what?
90s fashion has come back. That's one thing that hasn't come back. The turtleback.
Yeah.
You see what I
turtleneck.
did, Lauren?
That was,
No.
that was 90s of you. I bet she don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
Get some.
I know. See, she don't know.
God, you never
She
watched
doesn't know.
Friends?
I love Friends.
That's what
Yeah,
it comes
Ross,
from.
the
That's where it
FU,
comes
that's-
from.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jeez.
I love Friends.
Sometimes I forget how young you are until we talk about
Yeah.
stuff like this, and then I remember.
What does he say? Noogie, something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
You
about.
know,
Noogie.
No,
Noogie.
it's I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a sushi.
Yes.
Salmon roll.
Yeah.
All right.
Jennifer
So
Aniston says
you
that at
didn't
the
know.
end.
That is flashing back in time.
You
Friends.
didn't know that you were.
I watch it almost every night.
that you were watching the Friends
Yeah,
conversation.
The beach episode was
Yes.
airing last night.
All right, so I'm gonna do this now.
All right, let's do it.
March 11th. That's today. Thank you for that.
Lonnie just said he's in the house, so we got to be careful about Lonnie.
Oh,
Lonnie's in the house. March 11th,
Mama is here, and I
1890.
want to hear some juice. No.
March 11th, 1892. Did you know that the first public basketball game was played in Springfield, Massachusetts? 1892, the first public basketball game.
I wonder how long they've been going on before that then.
Well, and this was the game where they had a post and a basket, and it had no hole at the bottom of it, so they had to get up every time the ball went in the basket.
I wonder if
and
there
take
was
it
a
out.
backboard.
Nope.
Nope.
There was not one. I had a picture of it, but Johnny lost them. So it would have come up, and I would have showed it to you.
Sean?
Johnny lost them.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, he had one job. He had one
You have
job.
one job, Johnny.
You
Well, actually, he had a
screwed
He
couple
has
of
like
days,
a lot
but-
of jobs, but
No, really, he had one job.
Grant's just such a hater.
I love you, Johnny. I love you,
There
Johnny.
you go.
I love you, Johnny. All right, so I'm gonna
Grant's
go
a
again.
hater today.
Yeah, I am.
Continue.
I'm hating. March 11th, 1986. Did you know the NFL adopts instant replay rule for the first time?
Oh.
1986.
As a Cowboys fan, you should love that rule.
I
Yeah.
hate instant replay.
You hear that?
Yes.
It's the winds
Yes.
change.
It did. I mean, that
Green
changed.
Bay, Dallas.
How much do you think that rule adoption changed the NFL?
Well, they've been, listen. So, okay,
sure.
you think you have it bad?
I'm listening, Jeff.
The New Orleans Saints fans have to absolutely hate that damn rule
Oh yeah, for sure.
because instant replay has done them zero justice.
yeah. Well, their team is not really that great, but yeah, I mean
they should have won. They should have at least been in 2 Super Bowls if it wasn't for the refs.
I'm sorry.
true.
Multiple people are on here keep saying smelly cat. I love you.
yes.
Smelly cat.
I mean, we can turn this into a friends conversation if we want to.
We're going back in time.
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
feeding you?
All
They
right,
had, the
Okay,
they had the Thanksgiving football game on Friday.
that was great. That was fantastic.
Turkey head.
That was fantastic.
Yep.
That was fantastic. March 11th, 1997. I had a picture of this, but Johnny lost it. Friends, did you know that San Francisco Giant J.T. Snow suffered a fractured eye socket when he was hit by a pitch? 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Randy Johnson.
I remember that.
Oh,
Right in the
man.
eyeball.
I remember that.
Could you imagine? I mean, that dude killed a bird. Remember that whenever he hit that bird
Can't believe he did
in
that.
spring
Yeah,
training?
It blew up the bird.
Unagi.
Unagi, that's what it was.
Unagi.
Yes, thank
Unagi,
you.
yep.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. Stay tuned. We're gonna keep talking more friends. March 11th, 2020. Jeff already kind of stole it, so I don't know why I'm bringing it up, but I will anyway. Did you know that the NBA suspended the 2019-2020 season until further notice after Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert test positive for COVID-19?
And he touched all them microphones.
Yes.
So he did a special on Sports Center today, and it's a sad story because he's really upset about what happened.
Yeah.
He didn't know the repercussions of anything like
Nobody
that.
did.
Nobody understood what was going on. So I felt a
He
little
made a stupid joke in it.
Yeah, he didn't think that. I mean, nobody knew what kind of he was sick that morning or 2 mornings prior to that, and he had tested negative for the flu, negative for cold. Just going through normal stuff, and then it shows Mark Cuban at a game with his cell phone going what, and then the Clippers were playing. Who were the Clippers playing? I forget, but they just stopped. There's literally doctors running onto the court trying to separate people, fans, like everybody saying move.
Yeah.
It's an eerie little feeling, but yeah, that's. I mean, last year was the day that they stopped basically sports.
That's
They stopped everything.
crazy.
I mean, this is the anniversary of all that. I mean, it just basically everything stopped. I mean, it was
I felt
crazy.
like the rodeo had stopped prior.
It did.
Yeah,
It did. Yeah.
it's just crazy. I mean, Dr. Naismith originally.
Oh man, I remember Delano
basketball.
DeShields. I love Delano DeShields. Played for the
Delano
Expos.
DeShields.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was dope.
When his son played for the Astros and for the Rangers. March 11th, 1917. We're talking about it earlier. The first NHL championship game ever played between the Toronto Arenas. They beat the Montreal Canadiens 7-3 in the first of 2 games.
Hey,
1917.
do we know when the Spanish flu broke out in 1918, what year it was, and if sports stopped then?
I think it did, yeah.
I would
very
imagine
similar to
everything
this.
did stop.
Well, I mean, one of the benefits of them back then, though, is like, I mean, if you wanted to go see somebody, I mean, everybody's so stretched out back then that, you didn't have near the technology and the way to get around like they do now. So, I mean, it was not as spreadable as
they
it
had
was
like
then.
flags. If you're going into like a town or something back then, they had flags like put out there like, don't come, and like it had a zone like don't go in this city, and you're like you're kind of looking in the city like, oh shit, people are sick in there. You had to turn around,
And you
Old
act
school.
like you lived it.
No, I've seen
Yeah, I was
I've
gonna say,
done it. I used to
history
love.
teacher.
No, I used like my favorite like part in time is like medieval ages. Like I love that. I love all movies with medieval ages. I'm a history buff.
1918 is not medieval,
Well, I know, but
though.
that's. I mean, the U.S. was.
Good question. That's a good point.
No, but the U.S. was just kind of fairly new to this point. They were still on. They were barely driving cars at that point. So they still put out flags and stuff when cities were getting sick or people in an area were sick. They'd put out these flags, be like, "You don't go any further. There's people in there that are sick," so they'd have to turn around.
Interesting, yeah, because they don't have all the medicines and the
well,
technology we have today.
There's no phones. There's no like, hey, so they had to warn people not to come into that city. So
Jeff likes medieval times. Just so everybody knows, I've learned something about
I have
you
a
today.
huge sword in my house.
I saw it. Yeah, one time
you have seen that.
No, because one time we did like a Zoom call and you had it in the back, in the background.
Yeah,
a
is
big
it
ass sword.
in your office?
Yeah, it's in my. Well, my office isn't even there anymore, but whatever.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
One more, March 11th, 1982. Detroit Pistons play the Chicago Bulls with a final score of Detroit 152 to Chicago 144. Detroit had 20 block shots. 20.
Was Rodman on? What year was that?
82. Rodman wasn't on the team.
No,
then.
he wasn't there
Lambeer
yet.
was.
Yeah, that's the old-
Isaiah Thomas was, but
They were still beating the Bulls.
correct. Man, that food smells good. Did y'all get a whiff of that
Interesting.
when you
Yeah,
walked
I
by
know.
with
I
it?
keep getting it.
Yes. Yeah. You keep
He said
getting it.
Vincent said the Babe pitched a World Series win with the Spanish flu.
Ooh, watch out.
Ooh.
Boy, that's deep right there. That's a deep dive.
I mean, remember when Michael Jordan, everyone thought he had the flu, and it was all just the pizza.
Yeah, it was food
poisoning.
Flu game
yeah.
sounds better than food poisoning.
Yeah, it does.
It
but
does.
still, though.
It does.
He was still sick. I mean, which one would you rather have, the flu or food poisoning?
Oh man, that's a good question.
That is a good
both- they're
question.
both
They're terrible.
evil.
Yeah, I'd probably say.
You know-
Yeah. What's your favorite disease?
Yeah.
I know. Pick your poison.
Let's get there.
Well, hey, the good news is the flu's disappeared. So
Yeah, there you go. There's no more flu
no more flu. Flu's disappeared.
because of
It
mask.
flew away.
Mark one up for a COVID.
Mask.
Flu's gone.
The flu flew
Thank you,
away.
COVID. Thank you, COVID. Knocking out the flu.
All
Appreciate it.
right. Yeah, I mean,
Sports with
That's
balls,
all.
bringing light to everything.
Yeah, medical, medieval, friends. What do you want?
Friends.
We'll talk about
We
whatever.
have gone all over the board
We've gone
today.
all over the
yeah,
place.
why
Man,
not?
It's stuck in my head.
Yeah,
I'll
baby.
be there for you.
Yes.
It's like it's stuck in my
It's
head.
on a loop on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I love it. I actually
Nick
watch
at
it all
Night.
the time.
Yes.
Those chip clips.
The chip clips. What does that have to do with anything?
They came out and you would hear 30 seconds of a song. Y'all didn't have those? They were like little squares, and they only played 30 seconds. So you would buy Britney Spears or something, or Justin Timberlake, whatever, and it would play 30 seconds of it.
When you said chip clips, I remember the clips that went on bags of chips. That's what I thought
I was
of.
like, what?
Johnny
Where-
did too. I guarantee you. Yes.
Where are we
absolutely.
going? Smoke weed every day.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
We're close. We're close. I'm getting close.
Oh, thank God there's only 4 minutes
Sorry.
left.
I'm getting
All
close.
right, yes, it is time to drop
A couple of things. Drop the mic brought to you by Pete Dedinas and Pete Dedinas Law Firm. Call him anytime for anything. Mention Sports with Balls. Get a free consultation. 713-675-5555. That's Pete Dedinas Law Firm. Incredible attorney for basically everything that you need. Let's see. So speaking of the Arlington Rangers coming out with 100% capacity, 40,000 plus fans are going to be there. Maybe. I'm assuming 40,000. They'll probably fill it up.
Yeah, probably.
This is Texas. If it was
100%.
if it was another
Yeah.
state, maybe not. But
Yeah.
did you know that there's a 3-strike rule for fans at a stadium? If you cuss at either an umpire or a player, you can do it 1 or 2 times. You can tell them to F off. You can tell them whatever. The third time, you're out.
Wow, I thought this rule was within the team.
No, this is for fans. Like you're
How are they
allowed.
going to police that?
I guess
Yeah.
I guess the players or the coaches say you can't say 3 curse words to them. You can say, "Hey, you mother effer," and they're okay with it, and you're allowed to. 3 times, you're out. So there's a 3-strike rule for fans at games. So after your second cussing at another team, slow down.
We've been training quite a bit over the last year about telling on people, so that'll be good. People will tell on one another.
Players Championship started today. Grant, who do you got?
Players Championship?
Yeah.
Man, that's a great question.
Doshimbo won last week.
Yeah.
Bryson, Roy looked pretty good. There's a couple players playing good right now. I'm sad that obviously Tiger's not in it, but the famed 17th hole, obviously everybody knows that not everybody, but the Players Championship is a beautiful, beautiful course. TPC Sawgrass, it's unbelievable. It's just a fun tournament to watch. It's one of my favorites, whether Tiger's playing or not. It's one of my favorite courses to actually watch, and I think Rory's up there. I'd like to see what Bryson does on number 18.
Well, that's good because he ain't going to be there this year.
Yeah, no, he will not.
What are you talking
Tiger
about?
wins.
Oh, yeah,
So I
no.
like it regardless if he plays on.
No,
Well,
Tiger's
there you
not
go,
gonna be
because he
there.
won't be there.
I don't have much more for Drop the Mic. I mean, we went over.
Black.
Well, because we
Basketball
discussed.
wins.
Well, I'm not gonna go over that. I don't want to discuss that today.
What? What did she say?
Basketball with Lou. I'm not getting into that.
Oh, basketball with Lou. Oh, yeah. You should have heard all that, boy. That was great.
Was
was
we'll talk
fantastic.
about that.
I
another
figured y'all
time.
played together.
No, not yet. We might one day. It's pretty interesting.
Ah,
Did almost have a FaceTime call with Mark Wahlberg though.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Very
was
cool.
very interesting. So I guess that's Drop the Mic. That would have been fun if I could have had that,
That would have been really fun.
or we could have had that. That would have been fun.
That would be
Yes,
cool. That'd
absolutely.
Be cool. I know,
Just so you know, on that,
Smell the cat.
Garcia's leading right now.
Who is?
So, Garcia.
All right.
Yeah, Players Championship, Garcia.
Interesting.
Yep.
Is Mickelson even playing? We had mentioned last show that he dropped out even the top 100 for the first time since 1992. He's in it. Johnny
Yeah.
says he is. I wonder. I guess golfers are so strange, and this is what makes Tiger Woods so flat out phenomenal, is for him to be so consistent for so many years. Between 1999 and let's say 2000 and I don't know, 14 before or 16 before, he got golf clubbed in the SUV or whatever. Like, this guy was winning something like 30 or 40% of the tournaments.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal. Most of these guys go on like a year run or a 2-year run and they play great, and they'll win maybe 8 to 10 tournaments. And if you win 8 to 10 tournaments in a PGA career, you're almost a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
This guy's at 82.
I know.
That's just unreal.
It's remarkable what he's done. But you know what? I'll answer your question. I'm sitting here looking at the field. If you're going to give me a choice, I'm probably either going to go with DeChambeau or I'll go for a long shot. I'll go Woodland. Gary Woodland. Gary Woodland played good again in the last tournament.
Yeah.
And dude plays well. I mean, he's -2 right now, so I'm going to go either that. That's my underdog.
Man, the Astros lost about 20 minutes ago. And Johnny says Mickelson.
Mickelson's number one.
He's
-1.
-1.
Oh, well, maybe we'll get in the top 100 again. Start a new record. But anyways, it's 8 o'clock, y'all. Want to thank everybody for paying attention to Sports with Balls. Want to thank Christian's Tailgate for having us here in our new little spot. We love it. We look like we're in the back of a truck.
Yep.
Perfect.
It's pretty sweet.
Want to thank David Carrier at Smarter Mortgage, 281-650-0648. Mention SWB. Get a free quote ASAP.
There you go, man. We got to thank Joe Applewhite, too, here in a minute. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Remember, tonight at Christian's Tailgate.
Screw Joe.
Yeah.
We
Joe
got
knows who he
college
is.
night tonight here, guys. Come hang out, have a beer, have a
College
drink.
night, yo.
Work it.
College night.
Yeah, get a drink, have
Bro.
some good food, bro. And
The weather's finally nice.
if you would
Yeah,
like
it was 80 today. It was awesome.
to get in tune and have someone hook you up with your phone services, your cable services, anything like this, just
Oh.
call Hybrid Technologies Group,
Hurry.
call Roy Stanton, mention Sports with Balls, and he will hook you up.
Construction Concepts, call them 713-589-2682. They build shit. They also are building out like Torchy's Tacos and all kinds of other shit. They build shit. They'll do your shit.
Pete
for you.
Dedenas, Pete Dedenas Law Firm, 713-675-5555. And yeah, Joe Applewhite.
Happy birthday, Kevin!
Yeah, happy birthday,
Thanks so
Kevin.
much for spending it with us.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Tiger.
absolutely.
Thanks everybody for watching, man. We'll be back Monday. Do we have anything special Monday? Get ready. We're going to announce the baseball episode on Monday.
Yeah.
So,
Boom, boom.
y'all be careful over the weekend.
Monica, Phoebe, or Rachel? Jeff.
Rachel, that's my
Rachel, for real?
for sure.
Thank
Okay.
you. Who
Okay.
are you going to say?
I mean, I can get that, but Monica can cook though. Cooking
and
means
clean.
something. Cooking means something.
yeah, but
that can
Rachel's
help.
fun.
Yeah.
Blondes
I
are
don't know.
always fun.
All right.
Any statement there?
What?
No. Okay.
I was waiting on Lauren to say something.
that was
but-
boring.
Sports with Balls, y'all. We'll
I'm
be
sitting
back
with
Monday.
Chandler and Joey. Good night.
Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal, Grant Miles, Sports with Balls.
I'm Chandler. I don't want to be Chandler. That sucks.
I love Chandler.
Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on 4. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.